I'm doing a last minute run through real quick because I'm about to go to my first solo show, completely solo show in New York City. And of course I'm running a tiny bit late, but late for me. Like when I get there, I'll still be I'll have more than enough time. But yeah, am I looking forward to it? I'm kind of like, I'm so exhausted. It's kind of, I'm trying to get the energy, but it's kind of hard for me to get excited right now. I think once I get there and I see everybody and I get that external motivation, maybe it'll change a little bit. But right now I'm just so tired and I'm trying to get myself to have the energy, but I don't. Just got freaking sprayed. If that's the worst thing that happens to me today, then fine. No more, I cried for you on the kitchen floor. I cheated myself like I knew I would. I told ya I was critical. I know I'm no good. So I'm back home out of that rain. I think the show went well. Like when it started, it was literally just the guy running the sound check and my coworker. So I was like, okay, it's fine, it's fine. But then, you know, by my second or third song, more people came in, you know, just to kind of check things out. They came from next door because one place was closed, and I got to like meet and perform for a whole different audience, and I got to do some crowd work. So it was just like, it was a really cool experience, and I'm hoping that's not the last one for a while. I hope I get to perform like that again soon. I would really love to perform with the band because doing everything, like having everything be on me is like a lot. So getting to perform with the band would be my next goal. But that was fun. I had a good time. I'm not kidding, I was dreading it on my way there because I was like, this is gonna be awful. This is gonna be horrible. Like, nobody's gonna come, nobody's gonna wanna listen, people will leave in the middle, like da-da-da-da. But no, it went all right. People were supportive, the audience was receptive, and it was just really, really good. Just a good experience. I definitely do it again. Well, I wanna do it again. I'm home now. I'm gonna get this makeup off me. I'm gonna get the like dried rain, gross puddled water off of me. And then relax and just FaceTime one of my friends who got to see me on the live stream. That was another thing. I live streamed the show as well. I don't know if people could see me over that piano, but that was like really cool to connect with people that way, and my family getting to come see me perform. So my family got to see me, my friends got to see me. It was just a really, really nice, warm experience. I'm really happy. It was exciting. And then my coworker came to come see me. We went and got dinner afterwards. It was just really nice. As you know, this weather was awful. It was gross, but I'm glad things still went well. And it has a lot of good tidbits so far, especially this has been something that's kind of been on my mind and that I've had to reckon with. Your ally within affirmative weapons. As blocked creatives, we often sit on the sidelines critiquing those in the game. He's not so talented, we may say, of a currently hot artist, and we may be right about that. All too often, it is audacity and not talent that moves an artist to center stage. As blocked creatives, we tend to regard these bogus spotlight grabbers with animosity. This is not just jealousy. It is a stalling technique that reinforces our staying stuck. We make speeches to ourselves and other willing victims. I could do that better if only ... You could do it better if only you would let yourself do it. Okay, so we just come to like, we're still in chapter 1, but we've come to the first exercise. And we're talking about affirmations, and the author wants me to write an affirmation and to write it 10 times in a row. So for one, it's like, for example, I blank am a brilliant and prolific potter, painter, poet, whatever you are. Write that 10 times in a row. While you are busy doing that, something very interesting will happen. Your sensor will start to object. Hey, wait a minute, you can't say all that positive stuff around me. Objections will start to pop up like burnt toast. These are your blurts. Listen to the objections. Look at the ugly, stumpy little blurt. Who do you think you are? And so on. So let me go try this. Let me go, I have my little notebook for this book specifically. Let me try it out. Let me just see. I've been going to therapy for a few years now, so we'll see how this turns out. My negative self-talk will rear its ugly head, or will I learn something different? Or will I have a different experience? Okay, down to 1, or down to 1, we're starting. We have 1 down, so far so good. Okay, so I did it. I wrote it down 10 times. I wrote it down. And a few things that crossed my mind while I was doing this exercise. I recently just had a show, my first solo show in New York City. I did it all by myself. That part was pretty cool. When I finally acknowledged it, I'm like, I did a whole 45-minute set on my own in New York City. Yeah, it was no cover. Yeah, it was donations only, but it's still pretty cool. And then I was thinking, because especially the prolific part stood out to me a little bit. They're like, my little ugly little imposter syndrome censor started to rear its ugly head, saying, you're not that prolific. Half the songs you sang, more than half the songs, weren't even yours. You had to do a whole bunch of covers because you have a whole bunch of songs that aren't good enough. And then I was like, no. We're not doing that. That's still more than what you had years before. So, you know, I had a little bit of like a little like ugly imposter syndrome, mean little devil try to come out and take away my accomplishments. But no, you know, it's like, it's just a sign that I need to be more affirmative with myself and more positive with myself and more like chill with myself. And I need to not compare so much with other people's careers as in regards to mine. Good morning. I didn't think this through. I didn't make enough time for morning pages. If I try and squeeze in morning pages right now, I will be late for work. So I will try to do morning pages it's kind of not the point of morning pages. The point of morning pages is to do it before you do anything else. But I kind of might just do morning pages when I get to work and everything, and when I get a break. Because I have a lot on my mind and it needs to get out. But right now I'm just gonna get ready for work and just leave on time, because that's it. I just tried going to work today, but we just got a state of emergency advisory, or like a warning. We just got a state of emergency alert from the governor being like, stay home. If you don't have to be at work, don't. Which is fine, because I literally spent almost 3 hours on Brooklyn Transit trying to get out of Brooklyn, and then giving up, and then just going back home in Brooklyn. Yeah, and not everybody was too happy about it, to say the least, especially this guy.
This goddamn train, back it up. Think, man, think. Back the damn train up. Fuck.
But that's okay, because I was like, oh, I'll do this, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna take a nap. I was gonna like unpack some more. I was going to maybe do some editing, but I'm like, working some more. I was also gonna work some more in the Artist's Way book. But after that ordeal, I went to go get my COVID shot, the new booster, and I was like, okay, things are okay. It's a little flooded, but it's manageable. But no, things took a turn for the worst. And you can't get anywhere. You hear cars driving outside, and I'm like, how? Half the streets are flooded. Half the platforms and stations are flooded. You can't get anywhere. So I'm staying my little butt at home, I say little. Anyway, and I'm gonna take a nap, and then maybe I will do some more unpacking later. Some unpacking, and then I don't know what else to do. Maybe rewatch Beef. I don't know. We'll see. Good morning. Welcome to another chaotic day. So my toilet started doing this yesterday. So the super is gonna be, squeaky. So the super is gonna be coming by this morning to take a look at it. I tried pushing the pipe back in, but I don't know how secure that is. So he's gonna look at it and see if there's anything he can do. Right now, I have not been doing a good job with keeping up with the artist's way. That's gonna be my goal today. I'm just going to finish the assignments for week 1 from this book, do some cleaning. I already cooked yesterday, so I just have to heat things up. And then I think I'm gonna have breakfast now. And then after breakfast, I'm just gonna go for a little walk, because the book also says to go for a walk, and I just need to do that. I just need to do that and get out of this apartment and check out the neighborhood. And that can be my artist date, going on the walk and then exploring the neighborhood. You know, you kind of get 2 birds with 1 stone. And plus, it'd probably do me some good to not be surrounded by all the things going wrong in this little building. Okay, got myself a bagel. That's my artist date for this week. Taking myself out to get a New York City bagel. It's so good. It's so good. Okay, we've made some progress. I know I pushed everything into one area, but this is further than where I was before. Good morning. All right, we're gonna start off with some morning pages. I went to bed early last night. I'm so exhausted. Okay, I just got some furniture in. It's like 8:33 in the evening. I'm gonna build some furniture, just a little bit, you know, just so I can have less to do for tomorrow. did 2 chairs and a nice little lounge seat or whatever. The exhaustion hit me like a freaking train. I was just like, oh, I can just put together 2 more chairs, but I'm just like, I need a shower and I need to lie down. I'm so exhausted. At least I have a place where I can comfortably like eat my oatmeal tomorrow, but I'm too tired. Chapter or the 2nd week of this book, and it's going kind of slow. I'm trying to get myself more in the mindset of trying to accomplish things, and I'm feeling like I'm like kind of keeping up barely by the skin of my teeth, just because it feels like I'm constantly running out of time. I'm like, oh shoot, this deadline's coming up, this made-up deadline, and I have to get this done. But this book is just really insightful, because when the first chapter begins, it basically generally covers bits and pieces here and there of what could be potentially blocking you. As far as like creative stuff that I want to do, I've really just been focusing on the book. So I think this week I'm going to do a better job of actually doing the creative stuff that I'm trying to unblock myself. Like, I'm trying to unblock myself so I can begin the creative work of the stuff I, really wanted to do in the first place. So I think tomorrow I'm going to try and get to work a little bit early so that way I can practice and really focus on the stuff that I want to get better at. And I think for my artist day, I think what I'll do is walk around my neighborhood some more, find a park and go songwriting in that park. Maybe that's what I'll do. So this week, I'm gonna start off small. Last week was super small. I just went to go get myself a bagel, but that was so nice. Spending time in solitude with your artist child is essential to self-nurturing. A long country walk, solitary expedition to a beach for a sunrise or sunset, I might actually do that. A sortie out to a strange church to hear gospel music. To an ethnic neighborhood to taste foreign sights and sounds. Your artist might enjoy any of these, or your artist might like bowling. That sentence assumed a lot about the reader. Not the whole sentence, just those couple of phrases. Overtapping the well, like overfishing the pond, leaves us with diminished resources. We fish in vain for the images we require. Our work dries up and we wonder why, just when it was going so well. The truth is that the work can dry up because it is going so well. So it's like learning to, it's almost like that one writer's advice is to basically quit while you're ahead. It's like kind of stop writing when you still feel inspired. Maybe take like a couple notes down for the next time you pick it up. And just take a break so that way you don't tap everything out. You still have something to pull from. I will say I started, I sent out more inquiries to play in New York. I'm looking at more grants and stuff like that. I'm looking at just trying to get stuff out there, putting more stuff on social media. Like, hey, I'm trying to get, really want to make a video for this one song that I really like of mine. Really just putting myself out there where I normally would be a little too hesitant to do beforehand because maybe I didn't get the response that I wanted the first time or first couple times I did it. But now I'm just like, why not? Why not? Let's do it and see what happens. My parents were pretty supportive growing up, but I think I could have maybe used a little bit more because I was a pretty insecure, anxious child. And I definitely could have used a little bit more. Well, try it and see what happens. One of the things most worth noting in a creative recovery is our reluctance to take seriously the possibility that the universe just might be cooperating with our new and expanded plans. We've gotten brave enough to try recovery, but we don't want the universe to really pay attention. We still feel too much like frauds to handle some success. When it comes, we want to go. Of course we do. Any little bit of experimenting and self-nurturance is very frightening for most of us. When our little experiment provokes the universe to open a door or two, we start shying away. So this kind of like reminds me of just don't hold back. Some of the best artists I know are people that don't hold themselves back. They go at things full force, and if they mess up, okay, they tried and they saw what happened. They're gonna try something else. So that's what I'm gonna do this week. I have a performance coming up. I need to practice, so that's part of the reason why I need to get to work early. But I also wanna work on my own stuff. I was able to do a performance all by myself, like 2 weeks ago, and it just gave me so much like invigoration. But I remember the day of the show and right before the show, I was like, I'm gonna cancel this. This is gonna be horrible. It's not gonna go well. What the heck am I thinking? I can't do a show by myself. And I did. It wasn't perfect, but I was able to do it. And I want to do it again to try something different, to like see what else I can, you know, perform and see what else I can bring to the stage. I had to push back all of the self-doubt I was giving myself. I had to push back my core negative thoughts, thinking that I wasn't gonna ever be good enough for this. I had to just be real with myself, saying, yeah, I may not be perfect. Who cares? People make mistakes all the time and are thriving and create great art. They make great art because they make mistakes. It's fine. So this week, I'm gonna really do my best to do a proper artist date. I'm gonna actually take my time with the task, not just the morning pages, but be like stuff like, yep, where does your time go? List your 5 major activities this week. How much time did you give to each one? Which were what you wanted to do and which were shoulds? How much of your time is spent helping others and ignoring your own desires? Have any of your blocked friends triggered doubts in you? Stuff like that. It's telling you to make like an actual physical representation of where your time is going, like a little pie chart. I don't know if I have energy for that tonight, but that's something maybe I can do on break for work tomorrow, or maybe even before work tomorrow. But I don't know, this book it's nice. I thought I could do 2 chapters in a week, but the way these tasks are, I just don't have the time. So I'm gonna just do a chapter a week as was originally intended. If I can give more to this, I will actually really get somewhere. Oh my God, it's almost 9 o'clock at night. I'm building a shelf or bookcase, watching some Alonda. I make great decisions. I'm so sweaty. I'm going to probably call it quits around like 9:50, maybe 5 till 10, because I need to go to bed on time. This is the top of it, that's the bottom, and we're gonna call it a night. Ignore how sweaty I am. The furniture is done. Now just to clean up all of this and get ready for bed. Ain't she beautiful? She's so pretty. It's 1 minute till midnight. I'm going to bed. So I'm at my other job where I teach private music lessons, and I was just gonna go sit on my phone and just mindlessly scroll, and I'm thinking I probably, you know, let me go work on some music at my music job while I'm waiting on the next student instead of just like doom scrolling. Let's do it. Hi, it's me coming at you from my unmade bed. So I have a little bit of time this Sunday morning, October the 8th, to kind of do a little catch up with this artist's way. Because right now I'm in week 2 and I'm a little bit behind just because I haven't had a lot of time this past week or this weekend, and I just want to do some catch up before I go out. I have to leave like the apartment at like 2, but I also have to like cook lunch and, you know, get ready. So I'm like, I gotta get stuff done. So I'm like freaking out. So I'm like, okay, we're gonna take some time. We have time. I have more time than I think to just get myself together. And it starts off with affirmative reading. Every day, morning and night, get quiet and focus and read the basic principles to yourself. Be alert for any attitudinal shifts. Can you see yourself setting aside any skepticism yet? And I believe I read to you the basic principles a little bit before. Something that kind of stuck out to me is the refusal to be creative is self-will and counter to our true nature. As we open our creative channel to the creator, many gentle but powerful changes are to be expected. It's safe to open ourselves up to greater and greater creativity. I have not set aside enough time this week to be creative. I've been kind of going through the motions, doing my morning pages and thinking that's enough. So I'm trying to get myself together and do some of the tasks. And the most I've done is like practice. I haven't even done my artist date yet, and I'm still deciding on what I'm gonna do for that. It says, where does your time go? List your 5 major activities this week, which is hilarious because I don't feel like I have enough time for any activities. How much time do you give to each one? Which were what you wanted to do and which were shoulds? How much of your time is spent helping others, ignoring your own desires? Have any of your blocked friends triggered doubts in you? So this is interesting because right now, the most interactions I have with like blocked people or people that can distract me are the customers at my job. And I kind of can't avoid that. But I can practice not taking on their energies. And I think I do an okay job at that. I could do better. So here, let's list the 5 activities. Dip back into week 1 and read the affirmations. Note which ones cause the most reaction. Write down 3 chosen affirmations 5 times each day in your morning pages. I've not been doing that. Be sure to include affirmations you made yourself from your blurts. All right, so maybe I'll do this affirmation right now. Okay, where are the affirmations? Oh, here we go. I work hard to put out quality music. I am a brilliant and prolific musician. Well, that's a lie, because I have not been working hard to put out quality music, because I've not been setting aside time to really create anything. I come home from work like exhausted and just still dealing with this move and everything. So what I'm gonna do right now, I'm gonna write the affirmations, and then I'm gonna make that into reality this week. I have time. And you know, it's really interesting. I haven't really done a lot of creative stuff, you know, starting to sow the seeds of what I want to create and planning and putting in the work to plan to create and to collaborate with other people. So here we go. Okay, so I just did my 20 things I enjoy doing. And from that, number 4, it says, from the list above, write down 2 favorite things that you've avoided. From the list above, write down 2 favorite things that you've avoided that could be this week's goals. These goals can be small. Buy 1 roll of film and shoot it. Remember, we are trying to win you some autonomy with your time. Look for windows of time just for you and use them in small creative acts. Get to the record store at lunch hour, even if only for 15 minutes. Stop looking for big blocks of time when you will be free. Find small bits of time instead. I think that last part is just super helpful because so many times I'm like, oh, I have such a long commute to work, but I have an hour lunch break that I can do anything with. You know, when I finish eating, I could go for a walk. I could there is a record store that's not too far from my work, so I could do that. So instead of just like sitting at work after I finish lunch and staring out into the ether, I could do something that'll actually just make me feel more alive and more refreshed. So they had me do the life pie and basically draw a circle and you divide it into sections and labeling it like romance or work, friends, spirituality, exercise, such and such. And you're supposed to indicate how fulfilled you are in each of those sections. And not feeling very fulfilled in much of anything. My friends though, I feel I should change that. I do feel pretty fulfilled with my friends. because yeah, my friends are very, very wonderful people. And I'm very thankful for them. But the rest of it, it's stuff I need to work on for sure. I definitely need to put some more effort into the life I want to have and realizing that I have more autonomy than I think I do. Good morning. I'm on my way to a show, but I almost got run over by a car who didn't want to obey the stop sign. I will be playing in the show, so that's going to be a fun turn of events. Instead of me constantly watching, I'll be a part of it. I'm coming at you very makeup-less, but I'm about to go on my artist date. I'm about to go to a park, get out of this noisy area. I'm going to another possibly noisy area, but someplace outdoors and in nature, and I'm gonna do some writing just by myself in solitude, and hopefully it'll last 2 hours. We'll see. Made it to the park. Okay, so one of the songwriting prompts is to write a song from the perspective of the last surviving human on the planet. That was the first prompt. I don't know how long I'm going to last because I'm so cold. Okay, this is what I wrote so far. I used to go to 43rd for a cinnamon raisin. Now the late neighbor's basement is my haven. I dodge the creatures that come out at night, cover my mouth so no one hears my cries. The ring on my left hand still shines brightly, though I myself have become unsightly. I'm starting to forget their face. I'm starting to forget my name. Endless nights, heaving cries. No one can save me but myself. Long days, it all fades. Except everything except for this hell. Is it good? Who cares? Is it done? Yes. Okay, so I did my artist date. It wasn't for very long. It was about for almost an hour and a half. That's about as much as I can muster being outside because I did not wear the right jacket, but that's okay because we can always try again. And at least I got to go out and I got some writing done. I got some fresh air, be outside my bubble. So that was a really nice thing to experience and just to have. All right, thank you so much for joining me on this. I'm going to, like I said, I'm gonna go edit and then I'm probably gonna go take a nap, eat a very late lunch and then take a nice little nap. And you guys have a great rest of your week. And if it's been a rough time, I hope you get some time to yourself to like recover and recuperate. All right, I'll see you guys soon. Don't be a stranger. Bye.